Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be going over the most basic program that you will learn in any programming language. Today we're specifically going to be going over C++ because that's a language that I want to spend some more time on again and essentially revitalize some of my skills through. So to start off with, we're going to go through the Hello World program. For you guys, if you find it useful, hopefully you guys can learn a thing or two as I go through this. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so for now, I am actually going to be using an online compiler, which essentially for those who are brand new to this, what this essentially means is instead of having a program that's going to compile your code for you and run it for you, we are going to be doing that just online. This is a bit easier if you don't feel like setting up Visual Studio or some other program to begin with. I myself was having some issues setting up Visual Studio on this specific computer for some reason, so I thought, you know what, this will be a bit easier instead of just having to figure that out right away. So for now, this is how I'm going to go with it, and then hopefully by the next video, I'll have that situated. Let's jump right into the actual coding portion. So whenever you have a program, everything in C++ runs through something called the main function, and the way that that's written in the most basic terms is just int main parentheses and then brackets. So to explain how this actually looks, right? Main is just a keyword type of thing where it tells the compiler where the functions or where the code is starting. So this is essentially where your code will start. And then later on down the line, if you create other functions and other things, other blocks like this with different names, they can then be called through this main function. But that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. For now, all you need to know is all your code is going to be sitting inside this main block. This parenthesis section here is just empty, right? You don't have to worry about that at all. It'll come to play later on if you're creating your own personal functions later on down the line. And then you have these brackets here. These brackets here, which is where you're actually going to be writing your code. Now, the int stands for integer, which just means that this function returns a value. And in all of the cases for the main function, you're just going to have the line return 0. And this just means that you're returning the integer value of 0. For now, this really doesn't matter. It's mostly just a placeholder. It's just something that's here in every main function that you're going to write. So yeah, beyond that, like if you're just starting out, all you need to know is this is like your basic section here of what's going to exist within your code, and it's just always going to be there, and you don't really have to think about it. We do need to be able to output a piece of information here, which for this example is just hello world. So in order to do that, there has to be some way to output a string, which is just text. That's just the way that text is referred to. It's called a string, and we'll get a little bit further into data types later on, but a string is just a sentence, a word, whatever, even a letter, right? Whatever characters you want to put in there, anything that's on your keyboard, really, all numbers and all letters are pretty much everything that'll go in here, anything alphanumeric, and that's really all you have to know there. So there is a method in C++, like most languages, that you need to be able to use to output different messages. And it outputs to a console. That's just what it's called. The console is down here in this section here, but if you're using something like Visual Studios, which is an IDE, it will be in a pop-up window instead, which is essentially the same thing. It's just some type of console that you can interact with. So for now, we need to figure out how to actually be able to do that. And in this language, there's something called an include clause, which includes a bunch of different functions and capabilities that your program is capable of doing. And the way that we do that is by writing #include. And for this specific set of instructions, in order to deal with anything relating to inputs and outputs of data, we use the IO stream. So we have these types of greater than, less than symbols. I don't actually know what these are called, but I don't think that really matters. I just know them as the greater than, less than symbols. And you just type in IO stream. And now from there, if you wanted to right here, we can in fact output whatever we want. We can also do inputs, but we're just going over outputs for now. And so let's see how you do that. So we have this function called cout. And the way that that's written is std : cout, less than symbols, quotation marks, and then whatever message you want to write. So I'll just write hello world Albert, I guess. So, or just hello Albert. You can also do that, right? A bit different for yourself as well, just to write your name instead. So I'm just writing hello Albert, and that's the message that's going to be outputted here. Oh, my mistake. Also need a semicolon here. Sometimes I forget those. A lot of people will typically forget semicolons here and there, especially if, depending on the language that you're using. Some of them don't have semicolons at the end. I write a lot in Python, typically. I've had a lot of experience there. So the semicolon is sometimes lost on me, especially since it's been a while since I've written in C++. That being said, though, this code works completely fine. This is exactly what you need. There is a way to make your life a little bit easier here as well, and that is using the namespace keywords. What essentially this does is prevent you from having to write std : and just being able to write cout. So in order to do that, all you have to do is write using namespace std and then another semicolon there. And now you can actually just erase this section here and hit run again. And this is useful, especially if you have a lot of inputs and outputs going on in your code. It's just a few less characters you have to write, and honestly, it just makes life a lot less annoying to have to write less as you're writing longer pieces of code. So this is essentially all you really need to know for your Hello World project, Hello World piece of code, and there are similar functions here for different languages. So if you want to learn a different language, I mean, you're welcome to do so. I don't think it really matters too much where you start out with, but I would recommend either Python or maybe C++ as well as like two of the starting points that you can use. But yeah, that's all there really is for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Not sure if you guys learned anything, but if this is definitely your first time, I hope you guys enjoyed and look forward to seeing more videos like this. The main idea here is for me just to review this specific language, as well as bringing up older concepts or like basic concepts as well that I just need a refresher on and want to look a little bit deeper on. There are slight variations with how things are implemented and stuff like that between different languages. So that's really what I'm going to be looking at moving forward in this series. And yeah, I'm really excited to have more videos like this for you. If you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this from me, and I hope you guys enjoy watching me relearn some of the syntax here for C++ and review a lot of old concepts that I learned years ago in college, although I guess it wasn't that long ago, but still. Yeah, that being said, if you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe for more videos from me on this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.